This is Marino plumbing. It's February 7th, 2023. I'm going back onto a boiler that I worked on this past weekend, actually this weekend. It's a steam boiler. And I'll explain what happened here. This is a Vaillant, it's a Dunkirk. Vaillant. Well, what occurred here was the boiler was making noises. There's some past mess here, and splashing, flooding. So it was determined. I'm not going to redo the combustion test here. Let me take it out. That after I serviced it, I did the test. They have a high draft, very high draft here, and they're up on a hill. It's in Brentwood of Pittsburgh. So I don't know if you can see this report is mine, okay? The first, my name's on this. The first reading was 3,853 parts per million. And above that is the oxygen, which was 0.3. Okay, so my warning on my combustion meter to protect the sensor went off. Then, as you can see, the next reading, it's on 1/30/2023, is 0 parts per million. The O2 was 13.5. Now how that occurred was I simply sealed this with the tape. I left this on it for a week so this thing could run safely, because there is a natural air movement in here that was actually sealing off the combustion gas from going up this draft into the chimney. And that's what occurred here. There was somebody else before me, and they had some carbon monoxide coming out in the fall when it first come on, when it was cold. So this is, you know, a perfect example. Excuse me. If you're in Pittsburgh and have steam, hot water, forced air, you should have the appliance checked properly. This was an issue that could have been deadly. So this is a Vaillant. It's made by Dunkirk. They're no longer made. They're making the condensing board, as you can see there, Dunkirk. This is, I believe the BTU input is it's 262,500 input. Could be a slightly oversized, but what I also discovered here on Sunday when I come back, there's a natural laundry chute here in the back, which I think is far away, but it could have some effect on causing the hot air to rise up to the second floor. But there's a natural suction in here that pulls right in. So in the meantime, I'll get some more footage of this modification of the barometric damper. Okay, we're going to take some footage of this removal. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna fit this T right on top of this damper. It's a 7-inch screw. Okay. And drill a hole here, so you have to be below the barometric damper to test this, which we will be. And all I'm going to do is remeasure this piece of pipe and cut it. Can I help you? Hello, can I help you? Yes, speaking. Who's calling? Okay, I have the dampering. It's level. If you look closely, this thing will move. This is actually staying wide open. I may have to put weights in this, I don't know, to control the draft. We'll see. But I believe this is going to stay wide open because that's the particular situation. So as soon as I get the tin made after, I'm going to seal this with tin like the other one I did, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I'll get right back here shortly. Okay, we're gonna do the test. I have the damper on with the spill switches. This is okay. Yeah, leave it up. Now this damper is fully opened. I'm talking to my camera. I'm doing a tutorial. So originally these parts from me went up to 2,000 and climbing. It only went up to 280. And then it's coming down. This has been off for a while, so it's going to come down, which it is right now. So as you can see, this barometric damper, this is an MG1. Now the spill switches for this on Steam are the model GSK-250. They come individually. They don't come with a harness. You have to wire them yourself. So, and then, you know, put your jumper over. They want 2 of them here. Oxygen 6.2, which is good, and parts from Marino are coming down. It's a very windy day here. These are the spill switches. You have to get to 250 Fahrenheit because steam's hotter than hot water. So this damper is wide open. Parts from Marino are coming down. It only went up to 460, which is not really out of whack. It's coming down. Now you can see this damper's open, so if I close this damper, the oxygen will rise. So I have to put a weight on this because it's wide open too much. And this is the first one I had to put a weight on. I'm going to let this run for a few minutes, and then we'll see. How this works. If I have to put the weight, if I don't have to put the weight. Most of them, they are wide open. And there's no carbon monoxide here. This is a modification of the draft hood of the board, original design, to make it safe. You have to do it sometimes. Now, this is a new module I put on here Saturday. This is universal. So if there's no vent damper connected, you have to put your 24 volt on the TH or it won't work. The older ones didn't have a damper plug-in. This has a damper plug-in for over 300 designs. And the parts per million are 33, 32 coming down. The oxygen stabilized. Now, from the owner, before I taped this borer and found that it was a hazard. This system was banging and knocking. I assumed that it was overfiring because the flue gas wasn't getting out right and staying on top of the boiler. So we're going to see here. It's running. I'm testing it. Set my timer for 13 minutes. Here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, surrounding area, even a little bit out of Pittsburgh, I don't go that far, you know, no more than 30 minutes, 40 minutes, even an hour. I've driven to Newcastle to work on steam system. And you think your boiler's inefficient and unsafe, give me a call. We're at 20 parts per million. This will drop down to 0 shortly. As you can see, this is wide open. It's diluting into the chimney, the stack. This vent was clogged. I unclogged it. Banged the air. Sometimes they get stuck, but I believe this was overfiring due to the fact that we're down to 19 parts per million. I'm going to tug on this just a little bit and see what happens. And the parts per million are dropping, so I'm going to put a weight. And this needs a weight. This is the first one that I've installed that needs a weight to lower the carbon monoxide and slightly raise the oxygen. So what they call for here is they give you these weights. We're going to put this on like this. You can see it. And you see what that does. You may need I put one big weight. They give you small weights. So many of these and small ones around here. It's coming down now because this is not quite fully open. We're going to put another one on. I'm going to put 3 of these big ones, see what it does. Okay, so we got 3 big ones in here, size of quarters. Now this is down to 6. Oxygen's below 9. We're going to run this test through. This is an NG1 7-inch barometric damper. There was a company here came once in the fall, and the woman, the customer's wife, got sick, a little dizzy. Carbon monoxide detector went off, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong. It was unknown. This is at 9. That's how much air is in here, blown into this place. That thing was open when it was cool. If I open this door, you'll see that it sucks right in. Everything's going up the chimney. Now if I open this screen door, watch. That's how much suction's in this house. Paranormal. It's a phenomenon. This is the rear of the house. And we're up here, it's up on a hill. I'll get a picture of the front chimney when I leave video. It's a high chimney. So all this force is exerting from the rear of the house in and sucking in somehow. Everything seems to be well insulated, but it was rushing right into that draft box and rising the CO because it was sealing off the damn flue gas. So all this pressure was going in here and stopping it from going up the chimney. It was overheating and building up carbon monoxide. There's none in this room at all. I'm going to give this just a touch more of oxygen. I guess it's too much oxygen. 7.6 is good. Took a little bit too much out. This is good 1410. It's still much safer than what it was. What I'm going to do is have her lower the thermostat and then wait, turn it back on, see what it rises. Meantime, I'm going to save this. Can you lower the thermostat till it shuts off and then wait 20 seconds? Like wait 30 seconds and raise it again. I want to take another reading. I don't hear no banging at all. Apparently, we resolved the problem. Yeah, just leave it down. So I'm checking to make sure that the carbon monoxide is dropping. This is a new gas valve. There's a little fluttering, but that's nothing. It's coming down. Okay, I'll get right back to you with a copy of the chimney out front. Okay, I restarted this. I tested the spill switches. This is an example of another situation that was dangerous and that had to be controlled with a barometric damper for gas. By the way, you do not touch these bolts and thumb screws. They're factory set. The only thing you would do is, if this is horizontal and the bigger ones, this is for vertical. So if this is closed, this is for vertical. Top one's for horizontal. You can hear the flame change if you close this and look at the oxygen. The oxygen went up, so that would be under firing. So that's where it has to be by natural. And that'll stay open basically all the time, because there's so much exertion sucking into this basement. It's unbelievable. It's amazing this boiler lasted all these years. Okay, I'll take a video of the chimney on the outside so you can see, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, I'm finishing the barometric damper here. This is the chimney in the front of the house. So you can see, I don't want to film the guy's house. I zoomed in. So on the top of that, they just had that rain cap. I advised them to have that adjusted because the middle terracotta is a little bit higher than the other ones up there. I don't know if you can see it. Alright, now turn around. This is the gas, excuse me, gas. This is the golf course. Okay. And there's a high wind up here. This is Brentwood, Pennsylvania. So all these houses that are on this block, you can see the wind. Very windy. It's like it's all year. There's an air current that passes up here. I don't know why. It's up on a hill. So in the meantime, this is Vince Marino Plumbing, LLC in Pittsburgh, until the next barometric correction.